Every technological era starts with a moment. The moment the impossible becomes inevitable. For 40 years, we've built the foundation behind those moments. And as AI transforms every industry, we're building the infrastructure it runs on, a system that runs itself. Agents working together across every domain, finding and resolving problems before they become yours. Replacing reactive manual work with unified autonomous infrastructure. Because when all the noise stops, the real work can begin.
Please welcome DJ Sampath.
Hello, and welcome everybody. I know just as I was coming up, this thing fell off, so I'm going to pop this into my back pocket. But I hope you all enjoyed the keynote. How was the keynote? All right. Fantastic, folks. You know, I'm so glad you all made it in time for this one. I know it was a little bit of a hustle, but I'm so excited about the kind of innovation that the team has been cooking up. And today, I'm going to take you through some more demos, which are going to go beyond what you just saw up on stage. We're going to do a double click into this. That's what the deep dives are meant for, right? And you're going to see a few of my colleagues come up on stage, and then we'll start to get into it. But before I do that, I want to set the frame. I want to just double click a little bit into what G2 was talking about earlier at the keynote. One of the key things that we're trying to accomplish here is to fundamentally change the way you operate your infrastructure, right? Imagine waking up every single day to that welcome that you just saw right there where it says, hey DJ, here are your actions. I've already taken care of a whole bunch of things for you. Knowing that the agents are working seamlessly behind the scenes makes all the difference. And so here, we're going to focus on these three things as our top priority. The first one is simplicity without losing sophistication. Cisco has built amazing dashboards, amazing management planes in each one of these specific domains. What we're doing now is to say, hey, listen, we're going to start to bring all of these pieces together. But we're going to do this in a way that we don't lose the sophistication that you had available to you. Second, we're going to start operating at agent speed. We're defining a brand new phrase, agent speed, because agents move really fast. And we want to define the core principles of what we mean by agent speed. And then finally, we want to leverage an open ecosystem. You saw and you heard about the cool things that we're doing with the ecosystem, and I want to talk to you a little bit about that, and hopefully I can show you some of that as well. Now, when we talk about simplicity without losing sophistication, all the Cisco products that you know and love are now going to be managed within Cisco Cloud Control. Because Cloud Control is a single operational plane. One login to be able to sign in, one shared and unified view, and we're going to bring all of these pieces and we're going to subsume Meraki, Catalyst, Security Cloud Control, Innersight, Splunk, Collaboration, Control Hub, and you're also going to see the fact that we seamlessly connect this into Cisco IQ. So it's far simpler, but you don't lose any of the controls that you would normally get from any one of those dashboards. The full functionalities of those dashboards are going to be available to you inside of Cisco Cloud Control. Now, when we talk about operating at agent speed, we need three core things to happen for you to be able to do that. The first one is we need to bring you cross-domain telemetry together into a single place so that humans and agents can troubleshoot and debug together. The second thing that you're going to need to be able to make this happen, right, is you're going to need purpose-built models. Our AI research teams have been hard at work trying to build a model that understands network configuration and network topology. That's the deep network model. It's been trained on over 40+ years of how Cisco has learned to be able to debug and troubleshoot these networks. We also have a foundation sec model, which is a security model that is open source and available for you to be able to use to triage alerts, to summarize threats. It understands IOCs, indicators of compromise. It understands CVEs, common vulnerabilities, exposures. I could throw up a whole lot more of acronyms over here, but guess what? That model understands it. That model understands exactly what all of those things mean. It speaks that language, and that's what we do with these purpose-built models. These models understand that language. Finally, you've got trusted agents that do the heavy lifting while humans stay in control. And they use these cross-domain telemetry and these purpose-built models to be able to do what they do. Now, when we talked about the ecosystem, we really meant it. Folks, we have over 50 partners that are seamlessly connecting into Cisco Cloud Control. This is nothing short of being incredible, and we're just getting started. This is why we're building an open ecosystem, because we know that you need your agents to seamlessly work with agents from each and every single one of these partners to be able to solve meaningful outcomes for you. Now, to give you an even better, deeper dive into the product that you just saw me demo in the keynote, I'm going to invite some of my team to show you more. So Ayesha, please come on up and tell us the magic of Cloud Control. Put your hands together for Ayesha.
Hi, DJ. Nice to see you. Great
Nice
keynote, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
I'm so excited for everyone in this room to get their hands on Cisco Cloud Control because, as you mentioned before, everyone in this room is used to operating in their own console, their own context. Each best in class, don't get me wrong, but Cisco Cloud Control is truly what unifies the entire Cisco portfolio under one umbrella.
That's right.
So as you can see, I've logged in here with a single set of credentials, and it takes me to this simple AI-first homepage. No menu to navigate, no dashboards to dig into as soon as you jump in. Just a simple AI-native experience where you can come and ask any questions about your Cisco portfolio.
That sounds awesome. Ayesha, I've got your screen mirrored over here for me, so I'm going to take a look at it over here while you go through this, all right?
Perfect. And then if you can see, we have these 3 modes up here. This is the assistant for any quick tasks, quick questions that you would like to ask. The canvas, on the other hand, is for deeper investigation, deep reasoning, troubleshooting, and collaborating with your team. Think about it as like a workspace where your team is collaborating with each other as well as agents. Isn't that great?
What are these things on top, Ayesha? These boxes that I see right on top?
Yeah, so you have a quick start, like a prompt library. So if you don't know what to ask it, you can just go click into any one of these, and it will easily spit out an explanation of what's going on in your infrastructure.
That's right. Folks, imagine, like, if you go to ChatGPT today, you see the sample prompts at the bottom that help you get started. We made these sample templates for you so that you could just click into this to be able to check the health and availability of networks. You could do WLAN performance. You can check into your data center computer operations. Those are really cool. You should check them out.
Absolutely. And the next thing you can see here is actions. You see this red dot? This means that there's a bunch of things you need to go review. Now, what's amazing about this is it's actually signals that are being correlated from your entire Cisco estate and telling you exactly what to do, and it's paired with recommended next steps. But hold on. The agents are doing the investigating and monitoring for you, but when it comes to actually executing on this decision, it's put in front of the operator to approve.
And Ayesha, that's really important, right? Because a lot of times I get this question from folks that says, hey, if agents are going to do everything, I really worry about this because my infrastructure is too critical and I want to be really careful, so I want to be in the loop.
That's
so you're
right.
saying that we always make sure that humans are in the loop.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now let me take you to this 9 dot, and as you can see here, we've actually consolidated all of Cisco's portfolio under this platform, and across data center, campus and branch, cloud, everything is under one roof. Meraki, Intersight, Nexus Hyperfabric, security, Splunk, collaboration, ThousandEyes, IQ, Nexus dashboard, everything right here. But it's not just a set of links. You can actually manage all of these dashboards from within Cisco Cloud Control. Let me show you one of those.
This is really cool. Now, when you clicked into that, what's going to happen next is you're not going to have to log in again, right? It's a single login that just gets you over there.
That's absolutely correct, DJ. Cisco Cloud Control works on something called Cisco Unified Identity, which is a common identity layer. And it follows you as you traverse through the platform so that your team can have seamless access and never leave the context of cloud control.
That's awesome.
And so if you wanted to make a firewall rule change or zero trust policy update from secure access, everything can be done business as usual from right within here. And then let me give you another example, Intersight. If you wanted to manage your data center, you can come to Intersight right from this dashboard, all your servers, UCS blades, firmware updates, capacity management, everything from this single pane.
Hey, Ayesha, pause there for a second. Folks, you're seeing here something that I did not show in the keynote, right? What Ayesha did was just she clicked into those buttons on the top, which said security, or Meraki, or Intersight, and you saw that the whole thing loaded straight up inside of Cloud Control. That same dashboard that you know and that you love is now being rendered seamlessly inside of Cloud Control, and you didn't have to log in, you didn't have to go to multiple dashboards, you didn't have to pivot. It's all in one place. That's super cool.
Let me tell you one more thing, DJ. What happens when we bring all of these products under one roof? It allows us to create these incredible platform services. And let me tell you, the data is not just aggregated, it's normalized, correlated, so that you can get these rich, powerful insights across your estate, which would take somebody normally hours to put together reports on. So would you like me to walk you through an example of that?
Show me one of those.
All right, let's dive into inventory. So like you can see here, this is the inventory snapshot across your entire Cisco estate, but it's not just a simple list. We have actionable insights at the top. You can see your P-certs, you can see the security exposure, lifecycle horizon, compliance posture, and even a quick snapshot of the distribution of your assets across the product families that you own.
Ayesha, this is really important. I want to take a minute here. Folks, if you think about this right now, in a post-Mythos era, a lot of you all have to care deeply about exactly what vulnerabilities exist inside of your infrastructure. And it becomes important even more so for you to be able to get a good understanding of your inventory. Doesn't matter what you have to have a complete understanding of every single one of your switch, your routers, your access points, your devices, your collab devices, all of them in a single place. That's really, really cool.
That is really impressive. And we also have a list view, but what's cool about this list view is I can use the simple natural language capability to search for anything. So show devices that are not compliant, and here it is. Natural language, it took me 10 seconds, and it popped up all of my devices that are not compliant. If I wanted to go a click deeper, right here on the right-hand side panel is the metadata related to that asset, so I can go even deeper into this experience. What's nice about this is I didn't have to sit and write long queries or look for filters to apply. Natural language is the new way.
How many of you here think that this is cool? Quick show of hands. What? All right, that's everybody. That's amazing. All right. So you don't have to now put on complex queries. You just ask in natural language. What else you got for us, Ayesha?
One more thing that I wanted to show that I'm very proud of our team accomplishing is this topology view. This is a live physical map of all of your sites and assets across your Cisco real estate, correlated and connected. And let me tell you, every site, every device, every edge is clickable. And this left-hand side pane actually dynamically changes when you go deeper into those views. So let's take my London office, for example. I can dive in from this map, and it tells me all of the assets that are a part of my London office.
That's
I can
cool.
click into each one of them, see which devices are unreachable, and also what alerts are on which devices and how to resolve these errors right from here. And what's also amazing, it not just shows you that site's asset allocation, but which other sites it's connected to. So this London office, like you can see, is connected to Sao Paulo. So I can jump into Sao Paulo right from here without even exiting out into the map.
That's really neat, especially for an operator. This is going to be super important to have like a visual representation of how all of their devices are connected and be able to go from one site to another without having to lose context.
That's absolutely right.
Ayesha, this is super cool.
There's one more thing I want to leave you with.
All right. What do you got?
You've already spoken about this a little bit, but I just wanted to double click into it because this marketplace experience is where it goes beyond just the Cisco estate, right? This is where all of you, all our partners, can bring in their apps, agents, integrations, and tap into it directly from this interface and connect it natively so that Cloud Control has access to data across the system. So we're actually bringing the tools to the operator and not the other way around now.
Ayesha, that's so important, and I'm glad that you reminded me of this. And most of you, I use ServiceNow all the time, and I'm glad to see ServiceNow and Blue Cat right up there. And I see Amazon, I see Google. We've got some pretty big names.
That's right.
And we've got some, new startups over there as well. I thought I saw Linear if you scroll down a little bit. So we've got a mix of startups, large companies, hyperscalers. We've partnered with a lot of meaningful partners that I think you all will appreciate from an ecosystem perspective. So cool.
Yeah. And
Ayesha.
we're just getting started, DJ.
That's
really,
amazing.
it's an exciting moment for all of us. And I can't wait to see all of you in controlled availability. So
Thank
come
you
sign
so
up.
much, Ayesha. Please put your hands together for Ayesha. Mr. Barton,
DJ,
how's it going, sir?
doing very well.
Good to see you up here on
Likewise.
stage. For those of you who didn't know, Rob was my my backup man, behind the scenes, making sure my demo goes well. So, Rob, what you got for me?
So I want to show you a little more about cloud control. So you know how Ayesha talked about this, the assistant, the canvas, the actions tabs. When you look into the actions tab, you see there's a red dot there. That tells you something's going on that the operator needs to look at. There's something that demands your attention. So in cloud control, what we've done is we intelligently look at the alerts coming in, we organize them through AI, and it points you directly to say, this is something that you got to look at. There's something happening. So in this case, we see that there's a critical wireless onboarding failure in London, and it's related to Catalyst Center. So this is something, okay, London's a big office.
That's right.
So there's something happening, network could be down, and it says, go in there and check it out.
Let's go check it out. By the way, folks, when a network goes down, one of the things that I know about each and every single one of you that's an operator is that it's never fun. Your phone starts buzzing, you start getting notifications, you have lots of issues coming up. So how do we help our operators? Let's get into it.
Yeah, this is a high pressure situation. So I'm going to click on Collaborate in Canvas, and it immediately takes us into AI Canvas. And on the left-hand side, so we have the chat that's on the left-hand side here. So this tells us a little bit what's going on. It just imported that alert. And immediately it ran a health check to find out what's going on there in London. Is there really something happening? And sure enough, it says, hey, we've got 610 DHCP failures. 650 clients have failed. This is pretty serious.
Hang on, 650 clients. That's 650 iPhones, 650 possible laptops that are not connecting to Wi-Fi.
These are people working that cannot work.
This is catastrophic. All right, so what do we do next?
So if I'm the network operator, the first thing I'm going to think about is this just London, or are we being impacted globally? So we need to first just nail it down. So I'm going to go into the prompt here, in the chat, in AI Canvas, and using the prompt grammar, so this / that people are becoming used to, I'm going to go down to Discovery and Inventory, and I'm going to list out all the networks that we have globally. These are both Meraki and Catalyst Center networks, and it's going to give us a snapshot what's happening. So it's using this network overview agent, if you see in this box. So this is a special agent that knows how to collect inventory information and tell us the health of the network.
And Rob, we have a multi-agent architecture underneath, correct? And it's not just a single agent. It's a lot of these agents are constantly talking to each other, and then they're coming back. That's what's sort of generating the UI widgets that we see on top. Can you just go back to the one that you just minimized on top? I just want to point out one other thing. You'll notice that this data that is being generated by that UI is actually coming in based off of the context that it already has. So it's not the same as a static dashboard that you would normally see. You're basically seeing a dynamic widget be generated based on the context of what went into it. All right, so that assistant's taking a little longer than it should have.
So this is the fun part of doing live demos, because this is actually a live demo. This should actually come back in about 5 seconds, but it seems to be thinking a little longer. I'm just going to stop it. But we know that this is a problem in London. So at this point, I'm thinking, is there a ticket? There should be a ticket for this issue. So we got to see if we have a ticket. So one of the things Ayesha showed you was this partnerships we have in our marketplace. And one of our partners is ServiceNow. So in a good network, ServiceNow would have created an issue. So we've integrated it, which means it's actually wired up into Cloud Control, which means we can talk to it from AI Canvas.
Oh, let's see it.
So let me put in a prompt. Let's try this one. See, Wi-Fi issues in London.
So you're not posting, or you're not essentially pasting like a ticket or an issue number or anything else. You're basically just saying, hey, listen, go to ServiceNow and check if there are any active Wi-Fi issues. And at this point in time, it's talking to ServiceNow, and if it's, we'll see if this one comes back up, unless you might have to just do like a hard refresh.
No, we're working here. And did you notice it talked to the ServiceNow agent? It actually brought up that agent. So ServiceNow actually knows how to handle this request from AI Canvas. So it took that information that we had from the event, sent it to ServiceNow, and it gave us a bit of a report here.
So let's take a look at that.
So yeah, we have a ticket. So it looks like ServiceNow did create a ticket. So the top one here, alert detail. Oh, this is interesting. So the ServiceNow agent has given us a little more context. It says there is a similar incident on April the 8th, 2026, in the Dallas office. So there's this agent that ServiceNow has, the ITOM agent. So it's able to correlate similar events. If it thinks there's something similar between this one and another one, it's going to tell you about this because it thinks this could be what's happening now. So it says in this case we had an IPAM migration issue back in this Dallas office. So that's your IP address management system manages DHCP. It thinks maybe that's the problem.
And that's a good clue, right, for us to be able to start digging into this.
A very important clue, yeah.
All right.
Now, not all the signals are going to come from things like tickets or they're going to come from events. Sometimes people will send you an email, like or they're going to text you. So we have to be flexible enough to allow these other signals to be incorporated into AI Canvas.
So how do we go about doing that? Because I know for a fact that in a situation like this, you're going to get text messages. You might get an email that says, hey, here's what's going on. Is there a way for you to be able to connect that?
Yeah, let's take an example here. So we have our Alfred. He's our network manager in London. So Alfred just sent this email. So if we take a look at this, Alfred looks pretty concerned. He says, emergency. Team, our network is having a major issue. I can't get online. So I'm sending this email from a pub in central London.
I love the person's instinct when something doesn't work. Let's go to a pub in London.
Alfred goes to the pub for any excuse.
There you go.
So he says we've got a serious network issues on our London network. More than 600 of our users can't get on Wi-Fi, but strangely, about 200 users can connect. So it's not like our full site is down. Something is definitely wrong. We need to get back online ASAP. Help. So Alfred's pretty concerned here.
I think this is also a very interesting clue, Robert. I think a lot of times when people are just pinging you, you get nuggets of information from different parts.
Actually, you're right. There is some detail in there that we could use. Let's go back to our troubleshooting, and let's see if we can use some of that. So I actually just took a screenshot of what Alfred sent us, his email. And I'm using a multimodal capability here in AI Canvas to drop in that email itself. And the model is going to read the email. So I'm going to ask it to, so I'm attaching.
All right, while you're typing that, folks, what we mean by multimodal is, when you have an AI tool that you're using, normally you're interfacing with it using text-based, communications. But sometimes you might want to paste an image, or you might want to record an audio feed. Our AI models that are supporting Canvas right now are multimodal in nature. So you can easily just grab a screenshot of that email and paste it over here. And when you give it a prompt with that question, it's going to be able to consume that and make sense of it and start using that as part of its context.
Yeah, exactly. So I put in the image of the email. I said, I'm attaching an email from Alfred, our manager in London. Use it for context. Please troubleshoot the networking issues in London. But I'm going to do something special here. I'm going to go into something called reasoning mode.
Ooh.
And I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to start to analyze this prompt. And this is going to do something really unique.
What's a reasoning mode?
Yeah, so reasoning is one of the most, I think, interesting things about how AI Canvas works. In reasoning mode, we take complex situations, and this is complex, right? We've got signals from the Catalyst Center events, we've got the ServiceNow ticket, we've got the email from Alfred, and troubleshooting is never simple. Like, this is a complex thing.
Right.
So what reasoning mode is, it puts the back-end models into a different mode where it actually thinks about the problem. And it's going to think, how would I analyze this? It's like a CCIE, right? Before they start working, they think about the problem and they plan it out. So deep reasoning allows us to think about the problem, put a multi-stage plan together, and what it will do in the back end is it will start to spin up agents. And these agents have different functions. So it says, I need an agent to go and get more telemetry data. So it'll go and pull something from Catalyst Center. Another agent will go get something from Thousand Eyes. And then it's going to have another agent that starts to even write code that parses out all of this data. And then another one, which is trying to use this knowledge base to come to a conclusion. These are like temporal agents. They didn't exist 2 seconds ago. It spins them up on the fly. And when it's done, it gives you an answer, and they're done. Actually, if you look here, it's already putting its plan together. And it says diagnose.
Look at that.
Yep, so here's the plan. So reading the email to extract the symptoms. So it's going to go through this. Now, it's going to take a little bit of time, but when it's done, it's going to hopefully give us an answer.
I love when a checklist comes together, right? And right here, the model is doing exactly that. Puts a checklist and says, okay, I'm going to get through each and every single one of these, these plans. Now, some of these things run, it takes a little while, right?
Hey, whoa, DJ. I think there's something that you need to come see right now.
Whoa, what's going on?
I was working in cloud control, and I noticed an actions that just came in that says critical CVE exposure in Las Vegas data center fabric.
Whoa. Hang on. For those of you who don't know, CVEs are common vulnerability exposures. Now, this is basically a database of like vulnerabilities that are publicly disclosed and are available. So that sounds pretty bad.
Yeah, in fact, what it says right here is that it's affecting our Nexus 9000 ACI switches on 2 fabrics within one of our critical Las Vegas data centers that's connected to many of our powerful GPU servers powering our agentic technology. This is serious.
It is. Come on, what do we do about this?
Yeah, so what I'm thinking is that we can go ahead and hit collaborate in Canvas up here, and just like what Rob did earlier, we can bring the context directly into AI Canvas. Earlier, you noticed what it said was that authenticated SNMP attackers, if they get into the Nexus switches, they can cause a kernel panic, causing a reload. So what we're going to do here is that Canvas, luckily, is connected to many agents underneath. In this case, it's routing directly to a compliance agent, which is connected to this data center. It's going to be able to look into all the devices within that data center to see whether or not they're adhering to the internal as well as standardized policies. And as you can see, it seems to have come back with a whole entire topology as well as response, highlighting which ones are vulnerable and which ones are not.
That's super cool, first of all. And one of the interesting things, folks, notice is that Canvas as a tool is fundamentally a cross-domain troubleshooting tool. You could be using it to troubleshoot network assets. You could use it to be able to troubleshoot your security problems. And that's what you're seeing over here. It actually created a generative UI with a topological view, with a list of the alerts, so that now you can start drilling into this in a deeper fashion.
Exactly.
But there's a lot going on over here. Simplify this for me.
Absolutely. So what I'm seeing right here is that it says the vulnerable releases is the 16.1.3f and 16.1.4h. But look at this. It says that there's already been a fixed release up here. And down here, it says the permanent fix would be for us to go ahead and upgrade those Nexus switches to the latest firmware. What do you think about that?
I think that makes a ton of sense. And the fact is that when you think about upgrading your firewall, or your firmware of your devices, these things take a long amount of time. So the fact that it's also come back with a immediate fix sounds really, really interesting. Now, one other thing to keep in mind is this, right? These agents are not just ones where you're interacting back and forth. These agents are constantly running in an ambient mode. That's what triggered this whole alert.
Exactly. Right? That's exactly it.
Cool.
But instead of actually going to do that immediate fix of updating that firmware, because the way that we know, when it comes to data centers, it's nearly impossible to find a maintenance window.
That's right.
What I also noticed down here is that there's an immediate fix that it has suggested to update the ACL on the firewall. In fact, what we notice right here is that there is a firewall sitting between the data center and the internet. And it says right here that right now, currently the ACL is allowing any IP addresses to go through the UDP port 161, which for those who are not aware, is what it allows us to go and access SNMP.
That's right.
So what we can do instead is just suggesting a workaround for the time being that allows us to be able to change that access control list within the firewall to make it so that it's only allowing management networks instead to go through the firewall, therefore protecting us for the time being.
Richard, that sounds a lot more reasonable, as opposed to trying to change the firmware for all of the devices. So why don't we go ahead and do that?
Yeah. So what I can do here is I can type in, can you generate a workflow to remediate this CVE? And DJ, normally we would need to go to the firewall team, probably file a few tickets, bring everybody up to context, but what we're doing here is we're actually routing this directly to a workflows agent that's also integrated directly with AI Canvas.
Hang on a second. So this is really important, folks. So far, a lot of the demos that you were seeing so far were information that was coming into the canvas, but this is the first time we're about to take an action that changes the state of your system. So back to you, Richard. How are you going to make this change?
Yeah, so the great part about this is that we all know that at the end of the day, LLMs and agents have some degree of dynamicness. So what we want to make sure is that when it comes to configuration, we are making it more prescriptive. We're going to keep you all in the loop so you can all be here to understand the configurations and review it before they actually take place. And if you take a look at this right here, you can see that it created an entire workflow for you for modifying that firewall management center access control rule for specifically restricting SNMP. And down here, it created 6 different steps. First, starting from getting the FMC information, the domain information, checking to see whether or not the management network object actually exists, then finding the actual access control list rule, modifying it, deploying it, and then ultimately verifying it to make sure that it actually is taken place. I mean, DJ, this looks pretty rock solid. Should we go for it?
Hang tight. Let's take a quick step back, folks. I want you all to understand what just happened here, right? You can take, AI is fundamentally non-deterministic in nature. But a lot of times when you want AI to make changes to your critical infrastructure, you want it to follow step-by-step detailed instructions, and that's what you're seeing over here. We've integrated this with our workflows engine that allows you to specify exactly how you want AI to operate. You could choose a completely deterministic mode, or you could choose a completely automated mode, and it's a slider. You can toggle that slider as you like it, and that is really, really key. Back to you.
Absolutely. So let's go ahead and try this out.
Let's do it.
What I'm going to do, because you gave the green light, is I'm going to hit approve and then hit execute. And just like that, it's going to go through step by step. And along the way, it's telling you that it's completed every single step. And once it gets through steps 1 through 6, it means that we've successfully been able to mitigate this vulnerability in our data center.
Awesome. Yeah, put your hands together for Richard. Yeah. That's how easy it is, folks, to be able to, when you receive an alert and when you have to debug and troubleshoot and then take an action, you can do it that quickly. Back to you, Rob. Are you still reasoning?
So reasoning is done. Like the eagle has landed. We're there.
All right.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So it actually completed, and it gave us a ton of information, and it also summarized this in some widgets on some cards on our Canvas board. In fact, you see the world map down here?
I'm sorry, I'm going to pause you here. I'm just going to point you to, can you just zoom into the assistant? The assistant actually looked at that email, right? It actually said, hey, I triaged that email, and I was able to now look at the clue that that email provided, and it pieced the whole thing together.
It did.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
All right.
That's what the multi-step reasoning is able to do. And it gave us some pretty good conclusive data. It created this widget. It says we have 906 people in London that are trying to get online. And Alfred's pretty bang on because it says 650 of them were not able to, 256 were. So yeah, it's definitely seeing the right problem. And just like you called out, here it's saying basically your problem is both of your DHCP servers there in London are exhausted, which makes sense because we just upgraded to Blue Cat in London and it probably wasn't configured right. Yeah.
Most of the times, the issues turns out, it's a configuration issue because you introduce brand new dynamic systems, and it gets really challenging to be able to get everything coordinated. So, what do we do about this, Rob?
So we better let's go check the Blue Cat in London and see if it's configured right.
And you're going to do that straight here from Canvas?
Yeah, I mean, if it was a month ago, I'd call up Alfred and say, get back to the office and go check.
Yeah.
But I can do it from Canvas.
That's super cool.
So let me put the prompt in.
Are there any Blue Cat customers over here? Quick show of hands. All right, I see quite a few hands going up. All right.
And you notice it's actually routing to a Blue Cat agent here. So with that marketplace again, we've added it to Cloud Control. It's wired up, and now I can communicate directly to the Blue Cat IPM from AI Canvas.
For those of you who don't know, IP address management, that's what IPAM stands for. And looks like
yeah, that's pretty fast.
Well, that was pretty fast, and it's 0 out of 256.
Yeah, that means we've only got 256 addresses available in London. There's none left.
Oh.
They're all used, so this is the problem.
Okay.
It actually tells us the detail. There are a pair of /25s, so this is why we have no more addresses left.
All right. What are we going to do next?
Well, we've got to fix it.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So you know how Richard showed you automating networking automation control from AI Canvas? Well, we can do the same thing to third-party applications as well, like Blue Cat. So we can actually ask Blue Cat right from here to increase the scope
Folks, that is extremely powerful. What you just heard, what Rob say here was, not only are you getting information from your third-party vendors that you're integrating into your ecosystem, it's bidirectional. You can push a message back out and force, get your other third-party vendors to be able to take actions on your behalf, all from Canvas.
So I'm thinking 1,000 users. Is that about right?
That sounds about right.
All right, let's do it. There we go. It's talking to Blue Cat again. It's making configuration changes, talking to their agent's taking the job. And if all works, in a couple seconds, we should have some results. And there it is. So it says the scope has now been increased. Oh, 1,024, even better. So it's increased it.
All right.
And
everybody likes some IP addresses, man. I'm telling you.
It's not sexy, but it's important.
Oh, it's really
so. So a couple of /23s, and I think they're coming back online in London as we speak. Do you want to call Alfred? I think he needs to get back to the office.
I need to get them all from the pubs back into the offices. Let's do it.
They're back online.
Yeah. Now that, but you earned a beer, so.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, there you go. Awesome, folks. Put your hands together for Rob. Thank you. So what did we just see? We saw that from the demos, you now understand that we're unifying our management plane. We're making it easy for you to be able to troubleshoot across different domains. You have the ability to talk to third-party tools that are seamlessly integrating inside of Cloud Control and Canvas using Marketplace. And you can do this incredibly fast. That is the power of Cloud Control with AI Canvas. Now, I'd like to tell you one more thing that we're doing, right? And you heard us talk about this at the keynote, which is Cloud Control Studio. Now, we recognize that none of the tools off the shelf are going to be perfect fit for your environments. This is the reason why you use Ansible and Terraform and scripts, Python scripts to be able to help you with your automation journey to make sure that things seamlessly fit inside of your own workflows. What we decided to do was give you a tool to help you along the journey. We built the studio as a place for you to design and build agents and apps that are forged for your own environment. Now, with the agent builder, customers like yourselves and partners that help you on a day-to-day basis can build your own agents, and you can bring in third-party agents seamlessly. Now, this is really key. You can leverage your own data and your own intelligence to be able to fine-tune, build skills, and make sure that these agents understand exactly how you work. And we will ultimately help you run these agents in a safe and secure manner. The other thing that we also learned when we started talking to our customers was that in addition to building custom agents, they also wanted that first-class experience that they get from using Cloud Control by building their own custom applications. Now, we have a developer experience team that went out and said, hey, we're going to make it incredibly quick and incredibly fast for you to be able to build a custom app inside of Cloud Control where you can use the SDK and write the code yourselves to be able to build an application inside of it. But then we said, what if we could take that to that next level? What if we could give you the ability to use Codex, a coding agent from OpenAI, so that you no longer have to think about, like, how do I write this code? How do I put all of these pieces together? But instead, you just prompt your way into building a custom first-party application inside of Cloud Control. And we said, let's go do that. And that is what is the app builder that you're seeing over there. Now, with the combination of Agent Builder and the combination of App Builder, you now have an extremely potent combination of customizing Cloud Control the way you want to use it. Now, again, I'm going to take a step back. We've shown you a number of different things that we're able to do this, right? It's really important to understand that while we're unifying your management under a single platform, we start helping you troubleshoot, or we are systematically helping you secure and automate your network. You heard Richard show you exactly how you could go about doing that. And by the way, what Richard showed you is incredibly important from another perspective. Securing your network has never been more important than it has been right now. If you are tracking what's happening with Mythos and the Glasswing project that Cisco is part of, we've learned that there are models right now that are capable of detecting or creating vulnerabilities 0 days that can compromise your entire environment. So what we're able to do over here is to show you that, hey, if you see a known vulnerability, the time it takes for you to be able to remediate is now dramatically lower when you start using tools that are agent native. Because you're not going to be able to stop the vulnerabilities. What you can do is to react at agent speed. And that's what we showed you with the third experience, which is securing and automating a network. We also showed you how you can easily integrate with third-party products. And last but not the least, we showed you how we can seamlessly manage your entire infrastructure. Now, when we turned on the ability to be able to build your own custom agents and apps, something really amazing happened. We started noticing both our teams and our partner teams starting to build really cool stuff. And I want to give you a quick snapshot of what that looks like. So if you don't mind, please roll video. Folks, how cool was that? The number of things that people have been doing with Cloud Control and Canvas has been absolutely unbelievable. The things that they have been able to build with the help of Codex, the help of the app builder and the agent builder. I am super excited to see what you all go out and build. Thank you so much for coming here, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of Cisco Live. Thank you.